Welcome back to my channel for another Farming Simulator 22 look at new mods. We finally have new mods back after Giants took their Christmas break. So we went 3 weeks without mods, but they are now back and we'll jump right in and have a look at them. First up we have by Giant Software. So the first 7 mods are all by Giant Software. Excuse me. And the first one we are looking at is the ABTT 281 Plus, 109 horsepower, 40 kilometers an hour, will take 31 slots for console. So for the small tractor that it is, it takes quite a big chunk of slots. But you'll find this in your menu under small tractors, and this is it. The options are, we have Midas or Trailerborg. No wheel setup for Trailerborg, but for Midas we have twins or standard, and then your main color is anything on that palette if you like, and obviously your license plate option as well. And that is the ABTT 281 by Giant Software, and it will take 13.86 megabytes to download from the modhub. Moving on, we have this guy, which is the Regitrack SKH75. $82,500 to buy base model, 116 horsepower, 40 kilometers an hour speed, and hold on to your hats for this one, it's 63 slots on console. That's pretty slot heavy for such a tiny tractor, in my opinion. I also think these 3 tractors we're looking at should have been base game, especially since in FS19 this tractor and the next one were both in the Alpine DLC that was released for FS19, and in this one they gave us the Graet map and some stuff from that, but they didn't give it all to us. But these are out of that, so this should have come with the Graet map, just in my personal opinion. But the options are, for tyres, a Michelin, Vredestein, Midas, Continental, Trailerborg, and then you have twins or standard, twins, narrow twins, standard for the Midas, narrow twins for Continental, standard, twins, narrow twins, standard for the Trailerborg. Front attacher, yes, but it is only for the quick only front loader. I don't think this tractor meets the power requirements to use a Hower. And then your main colour, anything on that palette. And then obviously your license plate number as well. And up next after this one, which this one will take 26.90 megabytes to download from the modhub as well for console. And up next is his bigger brother, the Regitrack SKH150, 116,000 base model to buy, 150 horsepower, 40 kilometers an hour speed, and not quite as many slots, even though this is a bit bigger tractor than the last one, but it'll take 47 of them on console out of your slot count. But jumping in to have a look at him, same options as the 75s. You have Trailerborg, although you get Nokians with this one, Vredestein, BKT, Midas, Continental, Michelin, twins and standard, twins and standard, twins and standard, twins and standard, twins and standard. So it looks like you just get twins in all of them, but the Nokian you just get your common or your standard, which are your Ground Kings, which I don't mind that tread. That actually looks good on that tractor. And then you've got your Tractor King tread for Nokian as well, which suits that as well. Then you also have front loader attacher options. You do have the Hauer and the Quick for this one. And then main colour options again. All that on the pallet. And then your license plate option down the bottom there as well. And that is the Rigitrack SKH150, guys. It will use 23.929 megabytes to download from the modhub. And that's him. Moving on after that, we have the Pertinger Novalpin, or if I'm saying that right, Novalpin 261. It is $12,000 to purchase. It will require 45 horsepower to use, will only take 11 slots on console, and has a working width of 22.6 meters and will work at a speed of 22 kilometers per hour. Jumping in, it is what it is. It has no options. It comes just like that. Still very goodly, that's a cool word, we'll go with that. It is very goodly detailed. I was going to say nicely, but got my word mixed up. But yeah, it's nicely detailed like all the models that are coming out in the modhub. But yeah, that's the Pertinger Novalpin 261. It will use 5.37 megabytes to download. Up next after that, we have the Kverneland Turbo 8000T, $79,500 to buy, 300 horsepower required to pull this. It has a working width of 7.7 meters and will work at 15 kilometers per hour. Jump right in and have a look at it, guys. While I have a sip of my nice warm tea. Are no options on this one, guys, except for your license plate. It is in the Kverneland colours, and yeah, just like the mower, it comes as it is. It's not bad looking though. 7.7 meters, decent size for a cultivator. Looks like it's a deep one as well, so it probably will bring rocks to the surface. No, actually, sorry, my mistake. It says it's a shallow cultivator, so this one will not bring rocks to the surface of your fields. Okay, I was wrong. Just going on the look of it, it looked like it would with the big tines, but that's alright. This probably should have been base game as well, but you know, is what it is. Moving on from there, we have the Pertinger Syncro 3020. $14,000 to buy, 90 horsepower to operate, 6 slots on console, 3 meter working width, 15 kilometers per hour working speed, and it will take 4.03 megabytes to download. And that's what I forgot. The Kverneland Turbo 8000T will use 16.11 slot megabytes, to download for that last Kverneland cultivator. And obviously you'll find all of these in your shop menu under cultivators, and the Novalpin you'll find under mowers, obviously. Yeah, so jump right in and have a look at it. Again, this one is how it is, comes how you see it. There are no options for this at all, but not a bad little 3 meter cultivator. That little one will bring rocks to your surface of your field. Not bad at all. Alright, up next is another Pertinger piece of equipment, and it's the Pertinger Terra Disc 3001, $16,000 to buy, 95 horsepower required to use, 11 slots on console, 3 meter working width, and 18 kilometers an hour working speed. And you'll find this in your menu under disc harrows. So jumping right in, and again, like the last bit of gear, it has no options. It comes as it is. But that's it there, guys. And it will cultivate your field, only with disc plates instead of tines. Nice. And that actually rounds out all the Giants mods. Up next after that is these two guys here. These ones are from Adam's Kong, and this is the Stara Max pack, 39.35 megabytes to download. And the smaller one there, the Max 105, is 66,000 to buy base model, 105 horsepower, 30 kilometers an hour working speed, and we'll use 8 slots on console. Options on this are wheel options. You have Trailerborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, Vedestein, and Nokian. Have wheel weights, wide tyres with weights, narrows, twin rear narrows, twin wheels all round, back to standard. No options for Michelin. Looks like you got the similar options for Continental. So you got narrows, standard, wides. Midas, you have no options. Vedestein have standard to wide, then narrows and back to standard, and then Nokian you just have communal, and your license plate option at the bottom. Next to him we have the Stara Max 150, so his bigger brother, for $97,000, 180 horsepower, 40 kilometers an hour working speed, and 10 slots on console. We have options as well is Trailerborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vedestein, and Nokian. Nokian we have wide tyres 2, and communal, back to wide. Trailerborg we have standard, wheel weights, wide tyres, wide with weights, narrows, rear twins all round, back to standard. Michelin we have wide with weights, wide 2, which are just a little bit wider at the back, wide 2 with weights, narrow tyres, back to wide. And Continental we have wide tyres, wide with weights, wide 2 with weights, narrows, and back to wides. Midas the same again. BKT, they're going to be exactly the same as well. Vedestein, wide with weights, wide 2, twins all round, narrows, back to standard, and back to your Nokians. But that rounds out the Stara Max pack of tractors. You'll find both of these under small tractors in your shop, and the pack is 39.33 megabytes to download from the modhub. And then up next we have the Adco 1000 series, which is 16.05 megabytes to download. It is in the shop under large tractors. It will consume 17 slots on console, and it is by Arn Modding, if I've said that right. This was in FS19. Really nice tractor. $329,000 to buy base model. It does have 3 different models. So you have the Adco Fence series, which is what it's on. You then have the Adco Challenger series, and then you have the Adco Gens Machinery version as well. The Gens Machinery comes as is, so does the Challenger, but with the Adco Fent series, you can change the main color here. You then can change the design color, which does around the windows there. Might go a bit brighter so you can see that. And then obviously your rim color does your rims. License plate at the bottom does have engine options, so you have the 1038 at 396, you have the 1042 at 435, the 1046 at 476, the 1050 at 517 horsepower. You then have design options. You have with front fender, without front fender, with front fender with forest cage, so puts the fender as well as the bar work on the roof and around the bonnet area. Then have without front fender but still with the forest cage. You then have with front fender, which is back to normal. Also have wheel setup, the Vario, so standard Vario grip, wheel weights, wide tyres with weights, narrows, rear narrow twins all round, twins all round, twin wheels US all round, and back to standard. Then under Michelin we have standard, Vario grip, wheel weights, wide tyres with weights, narrow tyres, narrow twins all round, narrow, twin wheels US, back to standard. Midas, looks like they're all going to be the same, just without the twins. BKT are the same, but they have the big twins all round. And Nokian, you have your Communal. You don't have an option to change them. But that is a very nice tractor. I used this in FS19 quite a fair bit. I did like it, decent horsepower, bit pricey, but yeah, it does hoot along at 60 kilometers an hour, so quite fast for a big, large tractor. But yeah, that is the Adco 1000 series tractor by Arn Modding. Up next are these. These are awesome. I think these are great. We finally have a way to ship chickens without paying our fees for moving them. And this is the chicken transport trailers by Fernie 133. They get both of these in the pack, and the pack is 6.26 megabytes to download. And the little trailer, which looks like the horse trailer, will take 4 slots, and the big Silver Star one will take 6 slots, so not too bad on the slot count. So the big chicken Master Western for $16,000 will still hold 2 horses, and there's no options on this, it just comes as it is. The nice blue, nice mag wheels. But yeah, that's it guys for $16,000, and it will hold chickens. Exact the number I'm not sure, but it will transport your chickens. This one will too. So this is basically exactly the same as the base game Wilson trailer, only this one will now hold chickens. Instead of just being the Silver Star, it is now the Silver Chicken Star. Fair point. It will use, like I said, 6 slots on console. It will still hold the 12 cows, 36 pigs and 38 sheep, and it's 80 grand to purchase. The only option you get is a different rim colour from chrome to silver, white to black, and your license plate number on the back. And just to demonstrate that they'll hold chickens, we have it up here at the animal pen, and if you press L3 to open your animal dialogue, you can go in, and down the bottom of the menu there at the base under the sheep we have the 3 chickens. So Okay, so you open your animal dialog box, and as you can see there's chickens at the bottom, so we will select that. We'll purchase 60, and that up there, as it says in the silver chicken star, will hold 180 chickens. Select, buy, yes, thank you. So I will select, buy, thank you, and then I will select and buy another. There, my trailer is full. I will jump out. And as you can see through the bottom there, guys, there is all my chickens in the trailer. So now I can transport them back to my animal pen free of charge. Basically, I don't pay a fee to now travel, send them back to my pen. And that is the other thing, you do have to have your animal pen placed first before you can load these into your trailer. But yeah, quite a cool little feature now that we can actually transport our own chickens for sale or purchase. Very nice indeed. Okay, after that we have this, the Field Creator pack, which is by TF 2020 Mods. We use 0.27 megabytes, so barely any at all download space, and all the slots for all the equipment in here are the same as the base game ones. So this one says 2, so that's the same as the base game, and it gives you cultivators, disc harrows and subsoilers in this pack, and it gives you 2 of each. One will be one, so if you buy it you can actually create fields like a plough, and the other one is just like a normal cultivator, but some of them actually have color options where the in base game ones, some of them don't, so you can now change it to anything on that palette. If you get into the bigger ones, you still got all your tire options, main, so you can make this look, you know, class if you want, John Deere if you like. But yes, you get all of these. You get the Field Creator one, then you get the standard one next to it. Same with the Horse Terrano, the Field Creator ones. Every bit of gear that has Field Creator next to the name is the one you can actually create fields with. It goes all the way up past your Amazon, into your Lemken, to your Corkeling ones, onto your KUHNs, then to your Rostelmash, your Vardestads, your Farmet, into your disc harrows, so your Alpagos, your Horse, your Adco Maz, Kogelings again, your Kins, into your Case IH, Pertinger, your bigger Kins ones, Case again, then your Power Harrows, your Nordstons, your Alpagos, your KUHNs, your Agri-Sims, and your little KUH at the end. And just to demonstrate, I've got a couple of the big Agromats, these guys, so I've got one of each. I've got the Field Creator and the normal one, so both of these you can change the colours on if you wish. Like I said, you want to go John Deere, then by all means, boom, John Deere one. If you want it to match your gear on your farm, and you get your license plate numbers as well. But yeah, it's all your base game cultivators, disc harrows, power harrows that you get. It's just been slightly modded to be able to work like a plough. And here we are, so this is the basic one. I do have it overlapping my field a bit, but I'll just overlap a bit more to show that this one is just a standard cultivator like the in-game one, and you can change the colors of it. So if you look in the help menu, even though I hit L1, I don't have the option to create fields, but I still can fold and lower my cultivator. So I'll just lower it and we will start towing. As you can see, it's cultivating the field but not really creating a field on the left there. So we'll detach that, and then this one is the field creator one. Yes, I got them in different colors so I could tell them apart. So as you can see in the help menu now, held L1, I have fold, lower, cultivator, but I also now have allow create fields option. So if I press triangle now, it'll say limit to fields. So I've turned the create fields option on. If I lower that now and start driving, there we have it. I can create fields, and it is bringing rocks to the surface. That's okay. But there you go, guys. I just created a field with a disc harrow, so to speak, or cultivator, sorry. Pretty cool option. If you want to make big fields real fast, then yeah, that's the way to do it. Okay, up next after that pack, we have Inbelt Pack. So it gives you all the base game tools that you started with from launch. The only difference is now you can strap them down to trailers and stuff like that. So you get all your front loader tools, all your wheel loader tools, your telehandler tools, and your skid steer tools. You get all them all over again. Uses the same slot count as the originals. You can change the designs. You can take the decal off or put it on. Others you can change the color. Like this, you can change it to red or black or class, whatever color you want. Standard design just removes the stickers if you don't want the sticker on there, so it looks more like a class one, but up to you. You can have it on there or not. So you get all of these, even your quick bag lifters, your chopper bucket there, the whole lot. You get the whole lot's tension belt supported now. And they're your big front wheel loader ones. And all that does is, I'll quickly jump out and show you, is that when you put the tool on here with tension belt support, is the belts will now go over the tool. It actually looks like you, or it does actually strap it down to the trailer, so you can now drive around without fear of losing your tools, which is a really cool feature because you can now load up multiple tools on your trailer and take them all back to your farm in one hit. So yeah, really awesome. In my opinion, I think that is great. It was in FS19 as well. It's just been brought over to 22, which I think is just fantastic. Makes getting your tools back to your farm a lot easier. That tension belt pack will be 12.93 megabytes to download from the modhub, but yeah, doesn't really use any more slots than what the base game ones do, which is really cool. And it is by the modder's name is Schmied, if I've said that right. Yeah, and anyway, that's the tension belt pack in a quick look. Up next is the liquid barrels by Shaba VSR Modding Sir. They will take 6.48 megabytes to download, and each set of barrels on a pallet will use 2 slots. This is what they look like. This is just the water one, but there is diesel find liquid fertilizer and herbicide tanks as well, I'm pretty sure, and the liquid forage additive barrel, I think. Yeah, we'll have a quick look in the shop, but you can buy these from the shop. They come out like this with the barrels on them. And just to show you, I have the water tanker here. You pull up next to it, you start filling it. As you fill, each barrel will disappear just like that. These pallets hold 1,500 litres in capacity. And there we have it, the pallet's gone, and I have 1,500 litres in my water trailer. And that's it. You will find these in your menu under pallets down the end here. So you've got the Lizard water barrels for 150 for 2 slots, the Lizard liquid fertilizer barrels for $1,200, 2 slots also. Then you have the Lizard herbicide barrels for $1,000, 2 slots, and then you have the diesel barrels for $1,050. And you have the silage additive barrels for $4,400 for 1,500 litres. So what's that? 1,500 litres. What do you get there? 60 litres for $2,000, nearly $3,000. That is your way cheaper option. 1,500 litres for $4,400. That is way cheaper than that Provider supplement one. You try and buy 1,500 litres at $3,000 for 60 litres. That's a lot of money. That would be your way cheaper option if you're going to do the silage additive, which you add to your forage harvesters. Some balers, I think, not all, and your forage wagons and stuff like that. It improves your yield for silage on the products you turn into silage. So that's what that's for. Is now a cheaper option, which is awesome. Okay, moving on from there, which is this here. This is what you saw at the start of my video. This is the little tiny house in the pack. You can go inside. It is very tiny. You have a table, a cooker, a little sink. In here you have your toilet or your water closet. And you can trigger the sleep trigger by just pressing L3 in here. But if you want to role play, you can walk up here to the lounge and press circle on PlayStation 5 and it will fold down the bed. Pretty cool little feature, and it is a sleep trigger like so. Just pick your time and sleep, and then circle again will fold the bed away. Also in this pack, which you will find in your build menu, under construction, under farmhouses, you'll get them all here at the end. So you get the tiny house, which will use 7 slots on console for $1,000, which is the one I just showed you. Then after that, for 3 slots on console for $50, you have the tent. And that's it there. Then next after that, you have the sleep bench. So it just looks like a park bench, but it is a sleep trigger. It'll use 2 slots for $50. And then last but not least, you have the sleep doormat, which we did have a couple of these in FS19 by Alien Jim and Missy Beef, I think, if my memory serves me correctly. And yeah, it is just a doormat that you can place anywhere on the map and use as a sleep trigger, like any of those. And it is by Omatana. and it will take 4.79 megabytes to download. Not a bad pack. Up next after that we have the multi-fruit silos. 4.28 megabytes to download, 5 slots on console each. They are also by Omatana. And that's these guys over here. There's 3 of these. I've just put one out. I'll show you the other 2 in shop. But the other one, they're all exactly the same. The other one just has a timber finish and the other one's white. I think I just put the red one out. And to prove that these will hold everything, they will hold wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, olives, sunflowers, soybeans, corn, potatoes, sugar beet that's cut, sugar cane, seeds, total mix ration, forage, chaff, wood chips, silage, grass, hay, straw, snow, road salt, lime, pig food, solid fertilizers, stones, mineral feed, manure, and back to wheat. So they hold pretty much all your dry goods. And they have a 5 million litre capacity. But you'll find these in your menu under constructions, under silos, down the end here. $30,000 each. Each take 5 slots and each hold 5 million litres. So there's the timber finished one, and then just the same thing but in painted white. Nice. Yeah, moving on from that, we have these guys here. These are also in FS19. These 4 silos. These are the Replaceable refill tanks by DD Mod Passion. 2.31 megabytes to download. Each one will take 1 slot on console. So this one is herbicide. So you can order herbicide, or you can fill it up with herbicide and refill your equipment from here. They all do the same thing, only this one's for liquid fertilizer, this one's for solid fertilizer, and this one is your seed tank. Pretty cool. 10,000 litres of seed for $9,899. It's not too bad. Pretty cheap for seeds, really. 1,000 litres for $989. What do we got in the shop? Big bag of seeds, $900. This big bag, well, that one's cheaper. So it's not a bad option. But yeah, a little bit dearer, but not too bad. But yeah, that's the Replaceable refill tanks. Yeah. Up next is the government drain. That's this guy over here. So you can press circle and it does open and close. It's just a drain grid. This is used to get rid of all your liquid products on your farm. So if you do really want to play role play and make out like your milk's gone sour and you've got to get rid of it, or you've got leftover herbicides and fertilizers and that sort of stuff, and you want to keep your town and your farm nice and clean, you buy this, place it on your farm, and all your liquids go down. It will charge you depending on the liquid you get rid of. You can put water in here and get rid of your water, but your water is free to get rid of. And you will find this in your menu under construction, under, what's it under again now? Productions and sell points. There it is. I remembered. $100 to place this on your farm. It will take 3 slots for your initial one. And like it says right there, it will take milk, digestate, diesel exhaust fluid, liquid fertilizer, water, diesel digestate, slurry, and your liquid herbicide. And like it says there in the description, you will place this on your farm to get rid of your unwanted liquids in this government drain with a small fee, of course, to dispose of your liquids, except your water is free to dispose of. So yeah, so I guess that's probably basically like real life. You need to dispose of your hazardous products properly, and that comes with a fee. So yeah, it is so cheap because in the description in the modhub it does say it is government subsidised. So yeah, awesome little idea for the farm. And the last of the mods for this mod look are these, which are the Powerful Spotlights pack by Vanquish 081. They will use 1.13 megabytes to download, and each light will use one slot on console. This one here is a automatic one. It will come on when it goes dark and all your other lights come on. This will turn on by itself, and that's it to look at. The other one is basically exactly the same, only you can turn this one on yourself by hitting the switch. So just give me a second and I'll jump until it's night time, and I'll come back and turn the lights on. So as you can see, that one's come on by itself and throws a lot of light. It is lighting all that up. Pretty cool. So I'll just sell the one that's automatic. So that's how dark we have it. And turn this one on. Lots of light everywhere. That is unreal. Heaps of light. There's the pole, and there's the edge of the light. Throws the light some good distance. But yes, that is the Powerful Spotlights pack. Very, very cool. And that, like I said, brings us to the last of the mods for this video. I hope you're having a good day, night, and a good evening wherever you may be. I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.